And when was this, in the 1800s?
Well, so there was an interconnection with the brothers.
Right.
India, brother Daniel, you know, M.D. Moses and Solomon, M.D. Solomon, M.D. William Moses, all these sons. And then there his brother Prakasham, he was a pastor there, working and spreading the gospel. So he quartered about our father, Jevaratnam, my father. They were all in Rangoon. They went away. Now they took some coolies. They were mestris, no? They were running a group of laborers. They used to supply the laborers to the people there.
Oh.
And my father used to work as a clerk in the cloth shop because he was educated up to 5th class. My father.
Right.
In those days. So they had contact slowly, but afterwards they did not accept Christianity, but they heard of it. The pastor there, Prakasham, prepared them mentally to put in the truth. So he contacted his brother. Now go and meet so and so. Injety family, Sobaya, Venkaya, and they are the main persons. If you can tackle them, you can establish Christianity there. So here Daniel was trying to persuade these people, and they said, this is a Malamadaga's mission. All local people are in the Christian mission.
The local people were joining the church, you know. A lot of local people were joining the church to overcome their local...
That's right, because it's easy to get persuaded. So local people join the church easily because maybe they'll give clothes, they'll give money, they'll give some help. They are poor, no?
Yeah.
So naturally, if he gives me $100, I listen to him.
Yeah.
Like that, the Christianity started like this. So, these two brothers, maybe because of their caste as Brahmins, they said, these two castes, you don't want to get in. They are all, what should I say, depressed class.
So, both Subaya and Venkaya knew that they were Brahmins.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, these two brothers are very strong and particular.
Yeah.
And the Pastor Daniel was constantly pursuing them.
MP Daniel, huh?
MP Daniel.
Yeah, so name them.
Yeah, in the church you have that in
Daniel Matti, huh?
Matti.
Ah.
He was the one right man.
Uh-huh.
So he, I think, toiled for around 2-3 years, trying to persuade them. Finally, Venkaya said to Subbaya, Annaya, our village is without any school. At least let them start a school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the starting of schooling. This is what we are doing also presently. So they started a school. And then place, Subbaya doesn't have much place. Only Venkaya has much place because Venkaya had only one son. So in the land shares, they got more land. But all your grandfathers were little because there were more brothers, more children. So he said, I will give my place. Venkaya said, I will give my place. I will give my veranda. It was a thatcher house, but still there was a big house.
Yeah.
So this is not the school there. Now where will the teacher live? I'll give a room. So this Matti Daniel and his
So he's
wife.
surrounding himself with all...
Yeah, he provided in my house. Maybe you have seen my big house when you were very small. So one room, his wife and his children also were born there in my house. So the school began. First the student was Daddy and then Esterama. Esterama.
Who is
And Ian Simon. You know K.S. Solomon and K.S. George?
K.S. Solomon and K.S. George, I don't know.
They're also Kolabateva?
No,
Excuse me for 1 minute.
Kaligiti. Hello?
Fascinating.
Really
Good
fascinating.
John Chapala?
Yeah.
Teacher Ananda. Huh?
His sister married
So,
Kaligiti.
Kaligiti,
You're talking about Sweet Home?
Yeah, Sweet Home.
She owns a sweet home.
And the
Okay.
KSR's wife.
That's John Chapalala.
Ah.
Yeah, we met him at
Okay.
Lakkawaram.
Yes, are interlinked, no?
Yeah.
All the relatives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, they ran the school with the
Yeah.
first 4 or 5 students. After that, there was increase in enrollment. So there was a need was there for a big place. They moved on to the roadside, where we had roadside is not exactly in the church where we have, but on the left, where you bought some land. Daddy bought some paddy land, no? Next to that. There they have put the prayer sheds. Even Subhaya and Venkaya burned those sheds 3 times. Because they don't want, they want only school but not religion.
Yeah.
So they burned the sheds.
They burned the shed.
Wow.
And finally, these two were convinced, and the two were the first Baptists in Lakkawaram by G.G. Lowry.
Subaya and Venkaya.
J.J. Lowry?
G.J. Lowry. G.G. Lowry.
J.J. Lowry.
Lowry's
Father of...
Lowry.
So Subaya was living when Tapi was alive, huh? Was there. Subaya.
Even I saw
Grandfather Subaya.
Grandfather Subaya.
Even I saw Subaya, Tata.
Wow.
But I couldn't see my Tata.
Yeah.
He died.
Venkaya died before you.
Because in 1925, 1925, Venkaya died.
But Subaya was still living.
It was at that time Subaya was still living, and I was born in 1927. So
When did Subaya die?
Well, maybe in 30s.
In the 30s.
30s or 32s.
Wow.
Because I know both of them.
But Grandpa Subaya,
Grandma Veerama,
yeah,
Elias
they
Sarama.
lived until 900 years old.
Yes.
No, Yerama?
Yerama lived until 100
Yerama lived to 100, but Subaya died in Burma.
Veerama.
That's
The older
son.
one.
The son is Subartama.
Subartama is your grandmother.
Yeah, your grandmother.
Your grandmother. But this Sarama overlived her husband.
Oh yeah.
Subaya. Subaya means Abraham.
Yeah.
How long did Yerama
Veerama lived, I think after her husband's death, she lived about 5-6 years.
Oh wow.
And my grandma Ram also lived.
Yeah, because
She used to eat a lot of salt in the night because
Ramama.
because of these BP patients, they like to eat more salt. So she died of the BP. We don't know what BP was in those days.
Yeah.
Right.
You see?
yeah.
So this is how.
So what? When did Grandpa Subaya? I'm saying my father's grandfather. When did he die?
1930s, you said.
I think 1932 or 35.
Yeah.
32, I think.
Well,
Because,
he said that
because I was 27, 5 years. I was old, 4, 5 years old.
Sarama,
Sarma outlived
right?
another 2 years.
She died only. I met her.
Oh, you met her.
Yeah.
See?
You met Sarama.
Yeah.
You met your
grandmother.
great grandmother?
Great-grandmother.
Wow.
Yeah, I met her. She used to walk the punta.
Yeah, Punta, the whole, all family she used to visit.
She used to come to your place. And then
Yeah, with
go back
white
to our
hair,
place.
with white hair,
Yeah.
the white sari, like that she used to go with a stick. Yeah.
What
I
is
didn't know you did that.
what is punta?
Punta means the
Sand,
Oh yeah,
Compound.
yeah.
racket passage.
not compound,
Right.
sand pat.
See, on either side we have the bunch of sand
Yeah.
heaps.
Like the ones that where we walked yesterday.
Right. Right.
Okay. So
But
you met
when we
Sarama.
went to our house there.
He's an old fellow.
Yeah.
That was all sand pat. you know.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
How old were you when you met Sarama? When you
Maybe he's 4,
I must
5
have
years.
been 2-3 years old, maybe
That's
4
it.
years old like
Yeah.
that. You know.
Not beyond 4.
So 1940s, maybe 46, 47, huh? Interesting.
I don't remember Subaya though.
You don't remember Subaya because Subaya
He was already dead.
He must have already been dead.
They were very lovely and...
But he lived a long time into your grandpa's life.
She is the longest living
Yeah.
woman. Veerama.
Your grandpa's life.
Sarah.
Subaya lived long
So
time.
I lived and brought him up and everything.
Oh, really? Brought him up and everything.
Even,
So even the father was dead, the grandfather was there.
even
Right?
Suvarnabhuma,
Yeah, yeah. So the grandfather
Yeah, Subaya lived a
raised.
long time.
Yeah.
How long did
Okay.
can't
So he's not single-handedly raised by his mom,
No.
but there were the grandparents were
Right.
there.
Yeah.
All
Right.
of them lived nothing less than 75 years.
Yeah, longevity I hear is very...
Ladies.
Ladies, huh?
My grandmother lived, died at 75.
More than that, I think. She Suvarnabhuma. Lived
Suvarnabhuma.
longer.
Wow. Not bad.
Lovely people, they are all lovely people, innocent people, sinless people,
So Subaya and Venkaya converted.
converted.
And that's when Tapi was also
They
converted.
were
Probably.
baptized in the year 1917.
1917.
So Tapi was 5.
Tapi was 5, and Tapi had got his ears pierced. I saw because he was born Hindu,
Yeah,
and then also baptized shortly after being born.
that's right.
It was the first few years
The
of
first 2
age.
years when the child was born.
When the child was born, yeah, and then 4 or 5 years later he converted. It's fascinating.
So his grandfather
His grandfather
converted,
and,
and so
converted
then
the rest
the
of the family.
family, yeah.
Nothing happens unless Subaya and Venkaya.
Right.
So,
And,
yeah.
and Dasaya family, the Dasaya son Venkatrao and his wife were baptized before they died.
Oh yeah.
And all their children are Adventists.
Oh, okay.
All their children.
But then the 2 other ones weren't converted.
Brahmaya and Palaya, they all converted?
No, later on they were all converted.
Oh, they
They
were.
were all
Later on
Okay.
they were all Christian.
Right, right.
So all 5 brothers ended up converting? too?
Yes, ended up in conversion.
Wow.
Because that was the only church
Yeah.
that area, whole area was having the same church. School plus church.
Right.
The school played an important role.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Education.
Through the education.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were sent here to boarding.
Yeah.
So this education has built up.
Tapi was telling me he was walking so long just to get to school. He was walking.
I used to walk from Lakkawaram to Narsapur to study daily 40 kilometers.
Oh my gosh.
As a small boy crossing the river.
Oh my
I
gosh.
used to pay 2 paise for crossing.
Yeah. Wow.
Where we had a lot of very interesting.
Is it once a week you crossed?
Not once a week, I studied
Every
for
day.
1 year in Taylor High School town.
Yeah.
So I used to walk from there, Lakkawaram. Never had cycles.
I walked once in a while, go to see grandma, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they said we met Moses. What's his? Moses and Enjeti. What's his
William
name?
Moses.
In Newsfeed.
William Moses.
William Moses. And it said they both used to walk.
And that's another Ian Williams that I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
Who's that?
From that Brahmaya's family.
Brahmaya's family.
Grandma's family.
Ian Williams. He's another person
that
like your
I have-
dad to put E.
Bultata.
Buntata, yes.
And then I have Narsaya and Verma
No.
from Brahmaya's family.
That's Ian Simon, you are from Nasiya Virama, Ian Simon's family. But in Brahmaya's family, put Ian Simon.
Brahmaya's family. Ian Simon under who?
Brahmaya.
Brahmaya's child is Ian Simon.
I think his father's name also Narsiya.
Narsaya is
He is Narsaya, Brahmaya.
Ian Simon, Edward Simon. I see. Yeah.
Above that you put.
Okay.
Above that, Enjeti Narsaya's son, Ian Williams.
Williams.
Enjeti Narsaya's son, Ian Williams.
Ian Williams. Okay.
He married from Chilkuru. My auntie parenti? Manikemma.
So Ian Simon and Ian Williams are both
No,
Brothers.
they're different.
Brothers.
See,
Yeah, brother.
Injety and Narsiya is one